These are the summer sweet pebbles. So it's almost like a 3D sculpture made out of fabric with some fantastic beads, sequins and stitching. My inspiration for these were the old-fashioned boiled sweets. So if I just show you the first one, here we've got pinks, shades of pinks and purples, we've got sequins, we've got rolls of fabric, and to make the sweet look like a boiled sweet there's a bead inside, so later on I'm going to show you how to create those. And the other one is in shades of red and maybe some licorice string, some fantastically coloured beads and maybe some giant beads just to create a bit of texture on there. You get everything in your kit. I'll just bring those over to you and to show you how to create these. Everything's in the kit that you're going to use. So these are the things that will be in your kit. So the first thing is just to show, I'd love to show you the fabulous collection of colours of sweets, really. There's sort of pinks and purples, we go through to the greens, and then the fiery colours and the oranges and the reds. Plenty of colour to create these pebbles. Now they're created on the fabric that's our tweed fabric. So you get both two different designs, so you're getting two pebbles in your kit. You get the backing fabric and the organza, and then you obviously get a little bit of card to create the base of the pebble. So I'm just going to bring mine over here. So this is the pebble. It has a printed background, and I'm just going to show you how to create the sweets. I put my work in the spring hoop. So spring hoop's really useful. It's a great way of keeping your work taut as you're starting to stitch. You can move the spring out of the way if you feel as though it's in the wrong position. Alright, so I'm just going to show you how to do the sweet treats. So the basis of this one, there is a bead, and there's a bead inside. So I'm just going to take the bead, bring the needle up from the back, and then I'm going to thread the bead on there, and then I'm just going to hold that in place, and I'm going to go beyond the print because I don't want to see the print at the end, so just go beyond the print, and I'm going to first of all do almost like a clock all the way around, and that's just going to hold the bead in place as you start to work. I'm just going to show you how you start the spider's web. I've got the bead in the middle there, and I'm just going to add a couple of stitches all the way around just to position the bead properly, and I'm going to the outside of the print so that when we've got all the spokes you won't be able to see the print at the end. So once you've done those, then you're just going to go all the way around like so, and you should just have about enough thread to complete all the way round. And then I'm going to show you what you do with the different colours. Alright, so I'm going to stop then, and I'm going to move to the other one to show you how to complete it. Okay, so I've got all the spokes lined up there, and I'm going to bring, you could use the same colour or you could use a different colour. So I've got my bead in the middle, and I'm going to bring the needle up quite close to the bead, and then I'm going to turn the needle round so you've got the eye of the needle, and I'm going to go back and under the next one, and I'm just going to go back and under the next one, and where you're going over that thread, eventually it'll form a ridge, so slightly turn your work as you go along. So I'm just going to continue around for the spider's web. As you go around, just turn your work so you're going to go under, back under, and on to the next one, and you just keep going round and round until you've filled all the spokes. And of course you can change colour, or you can add some of the metallic threads in there, or you can do the sweets exactly as the instructions say, but really you can choose any combination of colours. So once you've gone around a little bit, you can gradually see the ridges appearing as you go round and round. Quite relaxing to do this stitch. And then once you've gone, or you want to change colour, you're just going to take the thread down to the back, and then you're just going to fasten off a couple of times on the back. And then you're going to fill those and you can make fantastic sweets. I'm just going to show you how to do binding stitch. So I've got my thread and you're going to do a couple of straight stitches on top of each other. And then you're going to use the same thread to wind all the way around. So you start at one end and then you're just going to use the eye of the needle and you're just going to go round and round. So you're not going through the fabric anymore, you're just going to go round and round, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want it smoother, just take your time to get that nice and smooth. And then once you reach the end, you just take the thread back down, and that's binding stitch. If we go back to the one that's part finished, you can see I've added all the binding stitch, the sweets, some wrapped beads and some great beads that just look like sweets. So once you've completed your design, the next thing is to construct the pebble. So you'll have a template inside that you cut out in the card, and then you're going to lace a piece of the fabric over the back of the card, and then you're just going to cut layers of the wadding which is in your kit, and then you're going to pin over the edge all the way around, and you just work the fabric, use the pins just to hold it in place, and you're just going to ease all the way around. And it's worth taking your time to get the nice shape. And once you've gone all the way around, that's going to close the gap there. And if you cut the wadding in the same shape as the template and gradually make it smaller, you'll get a nice domed effect on the pebble. So you go all the way around, and then just taking your time, you're just going to use small stitches to go all the way around and secure the edge, and then you get your complete pebble and you've got a lovely piece of soft sculpture.